Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Working in Giants Editor on the new Forex map. So I think I want to start working on like fertilizer maker, seed maker, grass dryer, and all that good stuff along here. But let's expand this down a little bit. Go foliage, meadow, harvest ready, limit texture to grass. Let's just make it square. It's a little bit easier just to bring this down a bit. Not too far. I just want to be able to have those trees in there for now. Now this transform group, we are going to duplicate, drag it down. I did not paint the grass far enough. Yeah, I brought the farmhouse in so I knew where the fence is. Do I want one more? Do that one more time. They got to come in anyway at some point. Ooh, that takes it almost to perfect with the entrance. All right. So, again, since we're going to jump out of here, let's do a quick save. Now, the first save usually takes a little bit. And then next time I click on save, it should just save. I don't know why it does that, but it does. But hope everyone is doing well today. It is Thursday, the 18th of December, as I record this. Just getting, well, worked half a day today. Worked 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. 5 hours of vacation. And I don't have to be back to work till Monday morning, the 22nd. So I plan on doing quite a bit of modding this weekend. All right, so Richie Swamp map, placeables. So let's go to documents, my games, Farm Sim 25, mods, Richie's Mountain map, placeables, and we're going to grab, yep, so we're going to grab this folder. I'm going to go 7-zip, we're going to zip it up, we're going to cut it from here. We're going to paste it into here. We're going to tell it to open it up in its own folder. And we can delete that out. So now we should have the grass dryer in the map. Oh, crap. I'm going to need the icon. Hold on. Placeables. Icons. I should probably just grab all the icons, unless I already moved them. Oh, I did grab all the icons. All right, so we should be good. We're going to bring most of those in anyway. File, import, placeables, grass dryer. There we go. Now, I wish I knew. I think I left a concrete space between the sheds and it. So I think we could leave a little bit of grass here. Now, do I want to pull it forward? Now, that's about right, because we can paint some dirt in here. So grass dryer. I almost, nah, we'll leave it. Alright, so grass dryer. Let's go placeables. No, let me close a couple files, doing some recording some videos earlier. So let's go back to placeables. Let's go to FERT. We'll do the same thing. Not what I wanted. Oh, I opened up all of them. Damn it. That was nice of me. I opened up everything. Alright, so the doghouse I don't need anymore. Garage 2 I don't need anymore. Alright, so let's try that again. Show more options. 7-zip. First, that's what I wanted to do. So we're going to cut you out of here. We're going to paste you over here. So let's open that up. And then I can delete you out. Let's come over here, placeables, and there should be one for seeds. Show more options. Let's grab this one. We're going to cut it out of here, paste it into here. Now we can delete that one out. Alright. So let's go File, Import, Placeables, Fertilizer Factory. And you are facing the correct direction. Leave, I guess we can, yeah, let's leave a little bit of space. I don't want to crowd them in too much. And let's go File, Import, let's go Placeables, Seeds, try and get you lined up with that one, and you should be good. So now let's go to here. So placeables, farmlands. We're gonna leave that open as well. So let's come into here. So I'm going to need the placeables XML, and I'm going to need store items XML. So the placeables, there's the grass dryer. So let's grab it, move it over here. It's going to be part of the main farm, so let me put it there. Now I also need the grass dryer and alright, where do I have it? Did I put those Do I have them built into the map? I may not have them built into the map. Garage, garage, tunnel, easy shed, mixing station, garden, doghouse. Let's do it the hard way. Control find. Let's find fertilizer. Fertilizer factory. Look at that. And the seed master's right above it. So let's grab you and you. We will copy those over. And then in store items, I'm going to need the grass dryer. Let's copy that over. And I'm going to need fertilizer and seeds. We'll move those over. Save that. And I'm also going to need to put those three in with the mod description. Alright, so now that all the files and the buildings and everything are in the map, so let's go here first. So our grass dryer, we're going to grab that coordinate. I'm going to grab the placeables. We are grass dryer. So you go there. Height is going to be 25. And then we're going to need the other coordinate. This one. Well, I'm missing a photo or something. All right, let's go back and see what that error is. You're going to go there. And then you're going to be 0, 0, 0. Now, why did I get an error down here? Missing texture. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Okay. The textures for the signs. Alright, so I need map remove. Map remove textures. Map remove textures. I need Fert 1 and Seeds 1. So I need fertilizer factory. We need to copy this one over to there, and I need the seed factory. Do I need the grass dryer while I'm here? I don't think so, but I do need the seed factory here, this one. So let's copy that one. Paste that one over. Alright, that should fix our errors. So that should be the grass dryer in place. Alright, fertilizer factory. Let's grab this coordinate. We'll throw you there. Height is going to be 25. And then our Z position is going to go there. And then we're going to be 0, 0, 0. Oh, I grabbed the composter, not the fertilizer factory. My bad. All right, let's delete that one out. That was the fertilizer factory. I need the seed factory. I grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed that one. I need this one. Alright, let's try that again. So, seed factory. we need this coordinate, 25. I need this coordinate, and it's going to be 0, 0, 0 on our rotation. So those three should now be in and functioning. We got to do textures and all that. The next one, let me do a quick save. We're going to delete those out, but let me do a quick save. So let's come in here. Let's go back to map. Let's go back to placeables. I'm going to create a new folder called Lime. I'm going to go into my external, my storage. I want FS25, my mods. I built a new little Lime factory that's going to get released tonight or tomorrow, meaning the 18th or 19th. Alright, so let's grab Lime production. File, export selection with files, placeables, Lime. Crap. I need the exact wording of the i3D. Lime underscore production, all lowercase. Save that. I don't even have this in my other maps. We're going to need to copy the XML over. I'm going to need to copy the store photo over, and then we're going to need the icon in the icon folder. Alright, so we have Lime production in there. So that should be everything. Let's go File, Import, Lime production. And let's kind of sort of get it lined. That's about right. Let's move you down, give you a little bit of room. So let's come up to here and let's grab the fertilizer factory one. Doesn't really matter at this point. So it's going to be Lime, and the XML is going to be, let me open that up so I can get the XML worded exactly. Placeables, Lime. So it's going to be Lime Factory with a capital F. Alright, so map directory, map placeables, Lime Factory, worded exactly how the XML is. So it's going to need a unique ID. And then we're going to need its coordinates. So let's grab this one. And then we'll grab this one. So that gets it in the placeables XML. Now we got to go to the mod description, and we got to go, it doesn't matter, let me copy this one. It is going to be Lime, and it's going to be, oh crap, and it's going to be Lime Factory. You save that. And I also need to pop it into the store items. And we'll save that. So the Lime Factory should now be in and functioning as well. Now, I want to bring the silo in so I know where it is. So let's bring that in. So let's go placeables, main farm, grain silo. And then let's grab the coordinates for the grain silo. Well, farm silo. And all right, so that's where that is. Just I wanted a reference point. Now I kind of sort of want to bring, I think, this dirt road back up. So let's go texture. It's roughed in. I'm good with that. Let's go. We were using just straight up dirt. We were. And I think I want to bring it, because we have some sheds and stuff here, so I think I want to pretty much bring it straight in to about here. This road doesn't have to be straight. So let's square that up. That kind of gets us up in the general area. Alright, so now what we're going to do is let's grab that round brush, and I'm going to want I think to come out kind of like this. If you want to go in just to that one factory. But I also want to run a path like straight through. But I also want to leave a little bit of grass in here. Now here's where it's going to get a little bit of funky, because I really don't want to extend that pad out. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go with the road yet until we get other animal pens and stuff in here. But what I need to do now is let's underpaint those. A little bit too far. Well, it's going to go that far. All right. Let me turn the speed down a little bit. So I'm not zooming in and out as fast. That's better. All right, you're underpainted. Get you underpainted. Get you underpainted. Which makes it easier when I put the grass in. Alright, we gotta fix these. I almost want to paint just a dirt strip through here. Yeah, let's do that. I don't like how this is looking. Yeah. So I'm not sure where we're going to take it on this end yet. Depends on where we put the animal pens. So now we can go back to foliage. And since we have it set to only paint on the grass, we don't have to be neat. We can just paint it in. And it'll go just on the grassy parts. I'm going to leave this front open yet because I don't know where we're going with this. But I think let's go into grab one out of the main farm. Do I have a spruce? Which one are you? Oh, you're the tall, skinny one. Perfect. I'm going to duplicate that. And we're going to throw one. Oh, did I hit the wrong one? Crap. Spruce. Edit. Interactive placement. I hit the wrong one. There we go. So now I'm going to go Control B. That makes it free floating. And all I gotta do is hit Shift and it'll allow me to put trees in. Now we can remove these and they should spawn in as placeables. Now I got to figure out what else I want to build into the main farm. So let's jump in. Oh, I got a little bit of XML work to do yet as well. But let me jump in here for a second. So I'm going to go back into placeables for the mountain map. All right, we got a house. I'm going to do something a little bit different with the windmill, so I'm going to not grab that yet. Farm silos we have. Oh, that's right. We need the diesel tank, and we need the repair bay. So we didn't get those working because I was having a hard time with the doghouse and the garage. But I finally got those figured out. So all of our shit. So grass dryer, because we're going to get the mixing station and the garden in. Let me grab a piece of paper. Mixing station. And then the garden. I want those two on the main farm before we get into all the animal barns and pens. We're going to need the manure heap extensions. Yeah, and that should be it, I think. So we'll get the garden in, we'll get the mixing station in. And I think the rest of this area on this side is going to be animal pens. And then I may leave a space wide open just so you can have some grass to cut. And then we're going to get a one field here on the main farm, I think. Or I may do two, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the first one goes. Now, this road coming in may change. I may pull it over It depends on where I put the all the animal pens. We may move this road, but before I well, all right, let's check those and make sure all those are working first. So let's take the grain silo out. Let's take the lime factory out. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. And I actually have to remove the farmhouse. So let's go save. All right, so let's jump in game. Make sure, because I want to make sure they're spawning in with no errors before we move on to something else. Oh, we're going to have an error already. Hang on. I got to close the game. I didn't fix the XML for the lime factory. So it's a different path. Let me quit out of there. Oh, what downloadable content does it want? I don't know. We'll find out here in a minute. All right, so let's come back in here. Nope, let's come back in here. So our lime factory path has to be changed. It's going to be map placeables lime. And I3D is going to be map placeables lime. True, and then I have to change our icon path. So let me come into placeables. Let me grab the grass dryer XML for a minute. Yes, I just need map placeables icons in our lime factory. All right, now it should work properly. So let's jump back in here. That would have thrown an error and it wouldn't have loaded the i3D. What downloadable content does it want? I haven't been in this game since we recorded the last episode. That was 2 days ago. What downloadable content? Drop deck trailer. Okay, let me go ahead and update that. Alright, so career, let's grab a new save. Let's turn on our doohickey. I forget, I don't know, and I see red, so something else is messed up. This is why I don't build 100 things into the map and then try and fix it all at the end. Because you'll just pull your hair out. You'll be so frustrated you'll just want to throw the map away. So I try and fix all the errors after I put a few things into the map. So we're going to go into the log, but I just want to page up really quick and just scroll up to them and see what's going on. Placeables. Failed to open XML. Failed to open XML. Okay. Lime. Oh, lime master. Okay. I have that wrong. Okay, so that's an easy fix. Let me close the game without going into it. So in here, it is lime factory. Seedmaster Fertilizer Factory. Mod description. It is Lime Factory. I need to fix it there, and I need to fix it in this store one. So it's Lime Factory. Alright. Now we should be loading without any problems. And I'm going to need to go grab a bottle of water here really soon. So let's try this again. That's a game log, not a doohickey. So I turn the game log on and it loads with the map so I can see any warnings or errors. Don't mind me, I've been up since 1 a.m. and worked half a day. Did a bunch of errands and ran to the laundromat before I came home and started recording. So my brain's already fried. Cool, so we shouldn't have any errors. See, the doghouse is there now. I got that fixed. I had the position wrong in the placeables XML, and then the position for this garage was wrong in the placeables XML. So we need to get the fuel tank in, and we need to get the repair station in. But we should also now have a working grass dryer. We do. We should have a working seed factory, which we don't own. We should have a working, yeah, it was fertilizer, this one's seed. Yep, so you're good. I may have to throw a little bit of money in here. So you're good. And then the lime factory. So it's just stones to lime, and it's cranked up. Oh, I gotta fix the grass over here. And it's cranked up really, really high. So it's going to make it really, really fast. Oh, it's only 25,000. We do have enough money. So yeah, stones to lime. So that's that. This dirt road is going to, it's too wide. And depending on where we put our animal pens, I may need more than one road. We shall see, but the most important thing is everything is in and running. So let's get out of here. Error free. So let's get out of here. So I'm just gonna go backspace one time. It's gonna bring my farmhouse back in. It's gonna give us our fence back. And then I need to go file, import, and I think it's garage 2. I think it is. Let's find its correct location. So garage 2. I need, it's going to be minus 180, minus 90, minus 180. We're going to come back and grab those. Let's go here and go Shift V, and then just to make it easier, I'm going to grab these, and then we're going to go down here. So that, because I need that in for us to put the gas tank in, and I don't think I have that in the map even yet. Placeables, did I put it in the main farm? I did not, so let's give it its own folder. I have gas station, but that's the one. I guess I could put it in that same one. No, we could put it in the main farm because we're not keeping the i3D in the map. So we should be able to go File, Import. I believe it's in Remove. And then it should be the fuel tank. It is. All right, now what side? There's your trigger. There's your info trigger. There's your loading. So you'll load on either side. So okay, so it doesn't matter where I can leave it this orientation, I believe. Yeah, we'll slide her back. Now, what did I do with the XML for this? Map, placeables, main farm, fuel tank. All right, that's it. All right. So I'm going to make this a little bit easier on myself. Let's go rename. Let's just call it fuel tank. The image, I can leave it, refer to the map folders. Let's go can be sold true, show in store. I'm going to change to false. Brand can stay. Diesel tanks, placeables, containers can be renamed true. Where's my grass dryer? Can be renamed true. Yep, so that stays like it is. And then I can change our icons. So map, placeables, icons. To icons. So we'll get our custom icons in. Fill liters per second. I don't want it too fast, but I want it quicker than 20 liters a second. And our storage, 25,000 is plenty. So I don't need to change the name of this. I do not need to change the name of this because we're bringing in we're going to call the i3D in from the main map files. We're going to call the photo in from the main map files. But I'm just going to rename it diesel tank. Alright, so now we're going to need to go to the placeables XML because I want it to be bought with farmhouse, bought with farmland is true. So let's look at this one. Bought with farmland, overwrite true. I can spawn it in the same as the doghouse. So let me actually copy that one. Let's bring it down here. Bought with farmland true. It's going to be map directory, map, placeables, main farm. It's going to be fuel tank. Fuel tank XML. And then we need its position and rotation. So let me copy that. Oh, we got to change its unique ID. grab this. And our rotation is going to be 0, 0, 0. And then we got to fix this. Fuel tank, old man. So it gives it its unique ID. So we have it in the placeable folder. So now we got to go to the mod description. And its path, let me just make sure the path is right. Map placeables main farm, yep. So let's go back to mod description. Let's grab one that says main farm. We'll bring that down. And then its XML is fuel tank. So let's save that. We'll copy it. We have to throw it in the store XML. Save that. So that fuel tank should now spawn in as a placeable, and it should be working. Now the other thing I want to get in is the repair bay. And I think I want to put it on this side. Now I already have one, so we go to the placeables. We have the vehicle trader, and then there should be a selling station vehicles. Now we're going to need a selling station vehicles 2, because we're going to want this one at the main farm. So if we go into here, it's going to be placeables, selling station vehicles. So we're going to need a second one of these. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in. We're going to rename it selling station vehicles 2. And then we need to go file, import, map, placeables, selling station vehicles. It's going to refer to the same i3D, but it has to read its own XML. Let's turn you this way, so you're going to be 0, 90, 0. Do I want it there? Or do I want to park vehicles there? Do I want to repair? Why don't we bring you out here? Ooh, no, I don't want to put it where the fuel is either. I want to be able to repair vehicles on the main farm. Let's bring it over this way. And let me actually turn it. Do I want to? Yeah, let's actually turn it this way. So let's go minus 180, 0, minus 180. And let's, not what I wanted. Let's bring you in a little bit, and we'll bring you out. Now we can always come in and move this. So we'll have our fuel here. We can pull up, we can repair, and then we'll put we could put your own little Karcher washer down. So I think I want to spawn this in here, and then we'll go in game and see if it looks right. So this one's going to be a little bit easier. So we already have a vehicle selling station. So let's make a space. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to bring it down. It's going to be selling station vehicles 2. And then let's just change this up a little bit. I'm just going to make it, it's going to be on the main farm. Now it also needs its own map icon. It'll throw an error if it's the same. So we got to go map icon 2. So we're going to have to go in and fix the icon. So let's get this one in position. So let's grab you. You're going to go here. Your height is 25. Let's copy you to here. And then your rotation's actually, no, your rotation is minus 180, 0, minus 180. And then we have to go to placeables, icons. Is it referring to the in-game? Hold on. Map directory, map placeables, icon, no, vehicle trader. Map icon, vehicle trader. Okay, that's not the one I want. We're gonna have to make our own, because I want it to show at the farm. Crap, I can't because it doesn't. We're gonna have to get a photo from in-game. Well, actually, I can do it here. That's fine. I'll make this work. Let's go this way. So what I need is I need to grab a square photo. So let's go pictures. Let's open this up with paint.net. Let's go copy, paste, and file, save as. We're going to call it Vehicle Trader 2, and it's a DXT1. Alright, so that's going to give us its own unique picture. I don't need to save that. I don't need that open either. So now that should spawn in. So the fuel tank should spawn in and be working, and the repair base should now spawn in and be working. Before I forget, I need to take some of this grass out until we figure out where that road is going. Alright, so let's delete that out of the map. Let's delete the fuel tank out of the map. Let's delete the garage out of the map. And for now, because we're going to game, I got to delete that out of the map. So let's do a quick save. And let's make sure those two are going to spawn in. Did I miss anything? I did. I surely did. So we did our selling station vehicles 2 here. We have to go into the mod description, and we need to grab this one. I need to copy it. We need to paste it back in. It's going to be selling station vehicles 2. So let's save it there. Let's grab that. Let's copy it. Let's go to the store. And let's pop it in here. And we'll save it. Alright, so now I have it in all 3 locations. Once we get this main farmyard done, the main farmyard is going to be super time consuming. But once we get the main farmyard done, just getting all these placeables in and working is a pain. And things will, once we start putting fields in, it's going to go a little bit quicker. But we have the whole city to build yet. So I always work on the most time-consuming projects first and the least time-consuming projects as it gets further along in the build. But once we get this main farm done and the city done, that's like half the battle. Alright, so there's no errors. So we should now have a working fuel tank and a working repair bay. We do. So you are empty. Beautiful. And then we should be able to, it's going to tell me there's no vehicles here. Beautiful. But that's working as well. And it's in a really good spot too, because it's not going to interfere with these doors, and it's not going to interfere with this storage bay. So that I actually like right there. So we got those in place, we got this in place. Now, mixing station and garden, so we can make TMR and pig food. Let's get that in and working next. Alright, so once again, I'm just going to go backspace once because it's going to bring my farmhouse in. So I always take that out last, so I can just bring it right back in. So, and again, I think we're just going to line them up over here. And I don't think they're in the map folders yet anyway. So let's take a look. So let's go to map placeables. So we need the mixing station, and we need the, let's come into this other one. Mountain map. Map placeables. I'm going to need, yep, so we're going to need the mixing station, and we're going to need the garden. Where is the garden? Is it in main farm? It is not. Is it in their greenhouses? It is not. Is it in with the mixing station? Did I put both of them in the same folder? I might have. Where is that? Oh yeah, I did. So we have the garden in here, and we have the mixing station in here as well. No? Yes. All right, this will be easy. So we're going to go 7-zip. Let's zip that up. Let's copy. Well, actually, let's cut that and put it in here. And then let's go 7-zip. And then we can delete that one out. So we should have. Now, the other thing I'm going to need is map, remove, textures, map, remove, textures. I need the mixing station, and I need the garden. I don't think they're going to open. Or are they in here? Hold on, let me see if they're in this folder. Before we jump back in there, hang on. Placeables, mixing station, textures. Oh, I do have it. So the curved sign is in here for the mixing station. And yep, I think I have everything I need in the way of files. So let's go. So fuel tank we're done with. Grass dryer, I'm going to close. Lime factory, I'm going to close. So placeables, For the mountain map, I need mixing station and garden. So let's grab both of those. We will stick them in here. So that's mixing station and garden. I'm not going to have to change anything in here except their positions and rotations. So let's go into the store folder, and I need mixing station and garden. So let's throw that in the mod description here. And let's throw it in the store items here. And now we can bring those into the map and get them working. So let's go file, import, placeables, mixing station. I want the garden first. Yeah. All right. So let me bring in the lime factory so I know where it is. And let me grab its coordinates real quick. And lime, why are you off? It should be all zeros. I'm not going to complain because it's spawned in the correct position, so I'm not going to touch it. But it should be all zeros. It should be all zeros. Do I want to bring? No, let's give you a little bit more room. And then we can bring this dirt road down. I think there's going to be a dirt road down along here. And then once we figure out where our animal pens are, we'll probably have to, there may be a couple dirt roads on this side. But let's leave that where it is. Then let's go file, import. Let's bring in the mixing station itself. To make it a little bit easier, because we could pick the pallets up here and then drive them straight in, I'm going to give it a little bit more room to get a tractor trailer in there. So let's separate these two a little bit. This way we can, like I said, pick up our tractor trailer, back it, drive it right in there, unload them, and then come out here, pick up another load, and then take it right in there. I can bring it back, I think, a little bit further. That should be fine. So now we're going to grab texture tool, dirt, square, beautiful. And let's get, and leave room for a road. We'll probably curve this road over. Something like that. And then let's get this one underpainted. And then we're going to need a little bit more room on this side to get a vehicle in here to unload this. Let's get that texture in there so now the building is covered. And then I'm going to need room to drive by it. And then we're going to need room to drive into it. So let's go this way, kind of, sort of. And then we're going to need room to pick up a load here, and then this road is probably going to go down into where the animal pens are. So let's just square you up a little bit. All right, that'll work. So now we can come back over here and we can grab our foliage and we can get that in place. So I know it's all filled in behind those factories. So we'll be able to make our stuff for pig food, drive it right in, and then from our grass dryer we can bring down the other stuff we need. Alright, so garden. Garden's the bottom one. So let's grab this position here, and then the height is going to be 25, and then we're going to grab this one here, and then its rotation is going to be 0, 0, 0. Save that, and then our mixing station, let's grab this coordinate and we'll throw it here where the mixing station is, and the height is going to be 25. You're going to go there, and it's going to be minus 180, 0, minus 180. So let's save that. So that should, now that it should spawn into the correct location. I'm actually liking how that's filling in, and I think that's the last of the factory for the main farm. I'm not going to put the composter here. I'm going to put the composter where all of our gardens are going to be. I think I want to extend, yeah, let's extend this out as well. I like how that's starting to look, and then down here that gives us plenty of room. So this whole square, well, this whole area in here now can become animal pens, and I think we're going to put a field in here, and I think I'm going to leave this an open meadow. There's not much more work to do to finish the main farm. Well, we got to get all the animal pens in, and we got to build the first field. So yeah, there is a little bit of work to do. I lied. All right, let me back that statement up. There's a bit of work to do on the main farm yet. Alright, so we can delete you out, we could delete you out, we could delete you out. We got to delete the farmhouse back out. Let's do a save. Alright, and let's go in game. Let's make sure everything there is spawning in without any problems. Now I'm going to have to step away for a second and grab a bottle of water. As soon as I know this is running without any errors. Alright, I don't want to see any red. I may have to fix that lime building. I don't know if it's going to spawn in exactly where I want it to. I may have to go in and zero it out. And yeah, I saw something red. It flashed by like really quick. Oh. Alright, so none of the pallets are in the map. So I messed. Because I put one factory in, I got to get all of the pallets in the map now. So let me close this out. Well, that's kind of sort of easy. Let's see if I already brought them in the map. It should be under, I think it's under map and then pallets. Hold on, let's come in here. Map, yeah, pallets. We don't have them in yet. So that's actually going to be a little bit easy. So let's come in here. Let's come up here and let's go show more options, 7-zip pallets. So I need that zipped folder. Probably at the bottom. It is. So let's go cut and paste, and we will go 7-zip pallets, and then we can delete you out. Now we have to come into our mod description. Now I got to come down here and turn all the pallets on. They're here, they're just not working. So let's go. Let's turn that on. And then we could take that off. And we got to go to the store. And I've got to turn this back on. And then let's get rid of that. Alright, so all the pallets should now be in and working. So let me look at the log really quick. Let's go all the way up to the top. Let's go control find, error. Yeah, so those are all of our, none of our, so yeah, so it's not reading any of it. Since I put one true factory in the map, now the map has to read all of the fill types and all the pallets. Alright, so that's good. So that was just that one little simple thing we needed to fix. Alright, that one's easy. Is my mic, yeah, my mic seems to be working. I was hoping I didn't lose, yeah, okay, we should be good. I just glance over at my second monitor just to make sure my pictures, my video's good and my sound is good, and the sound, I didn't see any green bars for a second. Alright, career. Let's come back down here. Let's turn the log back on. And let's try this again. So no whammies, no red. Because the trigger for the factory was reading the pallets, and we had to put the pallets into the map. Alright, beautiful. So there's no errors. So we should have a working garden. And a working... Yep, and you're in the wrong position. So we have to go in and fix this lime factory. Alright, I know what that's going to be an easy fix. So you, yep, you should be working fine. And then this guy should be, yep, working. Okay, so one is bought with the farming land and one is not. So we have to fix that. So let's go in and fix that, and then we need to fix the position of the lime factory. So let's quit out of there. So the first one I want to fix, let's go into map, placeables, lime. Let's open you up. We're going to have to fix the rotation. So let's go 0, 0, 0, save. We're going to have to spawn this into the map in order to fix it. The rotation's messed up. We saved it. I can close it. There we go. So let's go File, Import, Placeables, Lime Production. It's going to be turned the wrong way. So I need, yeah, right now I have it at 0, 0, 0. I'm probably going to have to rotate it either 90 or minus 90. Yeah. So I'm actually going to have to reposition it. Oh, I don't. Let's just turn it so it's going to be minus 90. And then it should now spawn in the correct location. So I don't need you in here. We just got to change this to minus 90. Now, the mixing station bought with farmland true. The garden, they both say true. So one of them, XMLs, has got to be off. Placeables, mixing. Let's look at the. I need the mixing station, and I need the garden. Can be sold true. Show and store true. True and true. Mixing station. True, 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 and true. So why is one coming up I have to buy and the other one coming up I own? Production points, placeables, production factories, greenhouses, that's fine. Bought with farmland true, bought with farmland true. I don't know why we have to buy one and we don't have to buy the other one. I actually want you to buy both of them. So let's get rid of this for a second and see if we can make us buy both of them. So let's save that. Let's go back in game real quick. The quirks of Giants XMLs sometimes. You just sit here and pull your hair out. You can have two different XMLs that are identical, and one of them will work and one of them won't, and then you'll spend 4 hours pulling your hair out trying to figure out why. Cool. All right, so let's go over there and look at those again. All right, so the lime factory should be in its correct position. Now it is. Now you are going to tell me what? That I have to buy you. You should also now tell me that I have to buy you. Beautiful. So the lime factory, we have to buy beautiful. I don't want to make it too easy purchase. You got to buy that one. You got to buy this one. Now this one I want free. Okay, beautiful. And then we have our fuel and we have our repair bay. Actually, awesome. The main farm is coming along fantastically. New word, fantastically. Alright, so let's jump back in here. Alright, so we have all of that in and working. So let me finish. Let's grab our textures. And I want to bring the trees in all the way around next, because I'm not sure where I'm going. I'm not sure what I want to build in next. But let's get all the trees in. Because I think I want to sort of rough in this field. I want to get that in, I think, before I get all the animal pens in. Because I think I want to know where this field is before I put all of our animals in. And let's get this filled in. Ah, crap. Let's get this filled in. I always hit that one a lot by accident. Now, do I want to bridge in from the animal dealer? Nah, you can drive. If you want to get in here from the animal dealer, you're going to have to drive out and around. Now, I don't know what I'm going to put in this space yet. But I do want to get the trees in. This road may change up a little bit. Now let me underpaint. Let me underpaint this bridge so we don't get grass poking through. Oh, let's fix this as well. And then we'll get that filled in. All right, let's work our way across and then finish up over there. For no particular reason. All right, so I need this transform group. So we're going to duplicate it, drag it over. Oh, cool. It ends up in a really good position. I don't got to move one odd tree anywhere. And then we'll fill that corner in. So let me duplicate this. Let's bring it over this way. We shall turn it this way. Now let's get it. Oh crap, I need the farmhouse in so I know where the fence is. Let's grab placeables, main farm. Farmhouse, I need its position. Bear with me, I'll be right back. I want to grab some water. Alright, sorry about that. My microphone is squeaky, my desk chair is squeaky. Alright, so let's grab this guy. I don't like them too close to the road because sometimes they mess with the traffic. So I'm going to take this last transform group on the right corner here, because now I know it's edited, so it's not a good transform group for me to duplicate. So I'm just going to take, let's duplicate that one tree and we'll drag it all the way down. Well, yeah, we'll drag her kind of to here. Well, let's take the oak. Ooh. We'll pull it on the corner, but I'm going to have to pull it back a little bit. And then, beautiful, and we'll just grab a smaller tree. Probably you. Let's duplicate that one tree and we'll bring it down. Beautiful. So that gets us around the corner. So now we can come back to this transform group. Duplicate it and pull it down. Duplicate it and pull it down. Should go about there. Now our road coming in is going to be blocked, but that is fine. So let's come up here and we're going to go edit it, because I'm going to take this tree. I'm going to pull it in, and then I'm going to actually take this tree. I'm going to pull that one in as well. I'll leave that one there for a second. So this one, which one was it? Nope. This one. So I'm going to grab that one. I'm going to go Control B. And I'm going to just bring some pine trees along this water. I'm not going to put a full row of trees in along the water. And I'm going to take this oak, hang on, well, whatever one this one is. And I just want to stick it back in here, this corner a little bit. Just something like that. So now I'm going to grab this tree again. And I'm just going to go Control B, and I'm just hitting this shift button wherever I want to put a tree. Probably put a bigger tree here in the corner, but I want this end to be kind of sort of open. And then since this one's already like messed up and edited, I'm going to grab that oak, I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to go edit interactive placement. I'm just going to pull it over here. And I'm going to sort of get it lined up with these. And I just want to pull it over on this side. And I actually want that same one, I think, for this corner. So I'm going to duplicate that again. I'm going to go edit interactive placement. I'm going to grab it. I'm just going to go Control B again because I'm going to put just a little extra cluster of trees here. All right, now here's the bravery test. I don't want a square field here. Now that I know where the farmhouse is, let me get rid of these extra hedges I don't need. So that transform group can come out. And I don't want, like I said, this map's not going to have any square fields. Add none at all. You're going to have to work for it on this map. So what I'm going to do is let's remove the grass here. Let me do a quick save. Now I'm going to grab my height. The map is 25 high. I've been lowering the land down to 20 to where the water's going to be. And my right mouse button is on replace. So I should get a round circle, and then we're just going to come in here, and then we'll fix the edges up a little bit. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to bring some water into here, and we're going to build like a U-shaped field around it. And it's not going to be like square, like I don't want it like a straight line. It's going to curve over a little bit. So I'm going to bring this back a little bit, and let's do like a little oh, I even like that. We could put like a little island in the middle. Yeah, so something like that. Beautiful. Now I'm going to come down, and then we're going to take the same tool, come down, and I'm just going to smooth the edges out all the way around. I can zoom out a little bit to do this. It's a little bit easier transition. Let me go back to replace and just pull that down a little bit. We can even do like a little indentation here. Like this doesn't have to be perfect. Smooth this out. It's actually not, it's actually pretty smooth, but I just want to go over it one more time. Alright, now that takes care of getting the water where I want it. So now I'm going to take the water plane. Let me close some of this stuff I don't need open. So now we're going to take the water plane. We'll actually take all the water planes. And I'm just going to make them invisible for a minute. Because I want to paint dirt in here. Let's go to round. I just want to get dirt in here. By doing this, it helps define the textures when we go to make the PDA. So I don't want grass underneath the water, because then it just makes it harder to build the PDA. You won't see the water show up. Beautiful. Now we can make the water visible again. And now we're going to need, which bridge do I want? You can grab this one. So let me grab you. I'm going to Control D for duplicate. And let's just grab bridge. Alright, let's get you spun this way. Let's go 0, 0, 0 for now. And we can always turn it. Actually, that's a good width right there, I think. So we want it a little bit large for the wide equipment coming through here. So let's grab our dirt texture. Let's get this painted under. And we'll come out this way a little bit. Let me get rid of this grass. Crap. Rid of the grass on that side right there for a minute. And we'll go back to, just widen that out. And do the same thing on this side. Get this underpainted. Beautiful. And then we can come over here. I could put this grass back in. Alright, so now we have a place to put in a really, really weird field. Now putting all the field markers in, and now all that's going to probably be next episode or next time I record. But now let's go to foliage. Our brush is round. We're going to go to terrain detail, ground type. Let's do cultivated. Spray type, we'll do fertilizer. No, let's just leave it. So we're just going to do cultivated. So let's get a field drawn in. Now we do want to leave a little bit of grass around it. But it's going to be, it's not going to be a square field by any means. But it's not going to be a small field either. It's going to be a decent sized field because we're going to take it around this water feature. Unless I put two smaller, no, I want, do I want two fields or do I want one? I may put two in and let you join them together if you want. So let's bring this first one over this way a little bit. Now I'm just roughing it in. We're going to come in and clean and smooth up the edges a little bit. As we put the, we have to put all the field markers in. So let's come over here. Just to make it a little bit easier for myself when I go to put the field markers in, let's change you to square. And let's just square this line up on this side. Now let's try and get it a little bit easier to put the field markers in. Smooth that out a little bit. And then I may square this end up a little bit through here. Just to make it easier to put the markers in. Actually looks pretty good there. Alright, now where do I want to take this field? Yes, I think we're going to do, I think I'm going to make it two fields. I think we'll put one, I think I'm going to just come straight up here, and then I may do round corners and then bring it around here. And then we'll probably put like a second field in here. So let me square this end up for a minute. And let's bring this, and I'm probably going to come back and round the corners off. But then we'll probably do it next time I record. We'll put we've got to get all the field markers in and get this field actually working. Now I don't leave room. I do want to leave some grass around the field, so I don't want to go all the way up to the edge. And I want room for your implements to turn around, so let's just go there for now. And I'm probably going to just round up these corners. Let's bring this back. That line straight. Looks straight. This will be a decent sized field once you see it in game. I'm going to square it up, and then I'm just going to, I think I'm going to round this corner off. I think I want to, yeah, let's just round this corner off a little bit. And then I'll do the same thing here. I'm going to round this corner off. And then I'm going to round this corner off. And then let's we'll just rough them in, and I'm going to probably get out of here because we're pushing 2 hours. I'll render and edit. I'll edit and render this, and then we'll come back in and we'll get these fields working. going to rough the second one in and I'm going to call it. So that'll be field, one of them will be field 1, one of them will be field 2. Did I miss a spot there? I did. And I usually do a little bit of a low flyover to make sure I don't miss anything. Alright. So now let's come down on this side. I may change that side up a little bit yet. We'll see. And let's bring our brush, leave that on terrain. Let's bring our brush back to round. All right, so let's come down here, along here for now. You kind of sort of over this way. Let's make it a no, they don't. That'll work. Let's come up. So I'm going to leave it where you can join these two fields together if you want. But let's come over this way. Do I want? No. We're gonna leave some grass here for a meadow. So let's push you over this way just a little bit so you're not square. And I think field, probably call that one field 1 and this one field 2. I guess it really doesn't matter which one's 1 and which one's 2. You got to start somewhere. Alright, I need to do a little bit of a fix here, just to make putting the field markers in a little bit easier. Come along here. Let's actually just curve it in a little bit. Now you we can square this end up a little bit. Make it a little bit easier to put the field markers in. And then here, yeah, let's clean this up a little bit. Something like that. Now, same thing with this end. Let's, again, just to make it a little bit easier to put the field markers in. Square that up. Actually, let me, no, we'll leave it. We'll have it. Do I want to square that end up? No, I think I'm going to leave it. So that's going to be field 1 and field 2. And I'm going to leave this open as a meadow. And then all of our animal pens should be in here. So I'm probably going to change this road, these two roads up a little bit. Like I said, they were just roughed in to get us an estimate of where we wanted to go. So let's do a save. Oh, I got to delete the farmhouse out. So let me, oh, it is still saving. Please don't crash. Sometimes when you put fields in save it the first time, the editor will crash. And I don't know why. It's just quirky with Giants. Then you got to go back and do everything you did to your last save over again. Spinning a wheel of death is never good. Please don't make me draw these two fields in again. Oh, cool. All right, let's get the farmhouse out of here. Now this save should go a lot quicker. We'll do another save. There we go. So I'm going to call it here. Yeah, I'm going to call it here. I am Old Man 102. Please smash that like and subscribe on your way out, and have an awesome day.